how do we change life itself? How do we bring consciousness into every aspect of every action of ours? Every moment. How do we embody when, it's very easy to embody it when you are peaceful, when you are in good space, when you are joyful inside. But how do you embody it when you are agitated inside, when you are angry, when you are frustrated? Human nature, that's why we have to go. One thing is to say not allowing, but circumstances create those instances, right? Not everything is depending on me, like depends on others also. That's why being in a collective is very important. So this is not new to India to leave society and go to some place peaceful and go within. But then you are there in a very safe space, away from all the headaches. But what happens when you are part of the headache, and then can you hold it? Right? That's the yoga. So that's why city the earth needs. That's why the collective. That's why the yoga is about synthesis. It's not just about individual yoga, it's about integrality. I mean, these are the high ideals. I mean, as I said, the challenges are how do we meet those ideals that Sri Aurobindo and Mother talk about? That's the biggest challenge. Because it's very easy to be normal. That comes natural to us, to be ordinary. Right? But what Sri Aurobindo and Mother ask of us is to take up a tough road, is to take up a climb that is steep, not the path that has been already taken. So when we take the paths that have not been taken, of course we get lost. And to have a compass within, that's why you need to go within, to see how do I come back? Why did I come to Auroville even? To keep reminding ourselves that why am I here? And to hold that idea and collectively move forward is a challenge. What happens? They just continue in a way. They be here.
So the community
Collective takes care of them. Yes, we have places where elderly people are taken care of. There are services to take care of them. But then it happens when if you have been here for some years. It's not that it's not an old age home in that sense that it's not an old age home. You come here when 70 and after 5 years there is a team to take care of you. Yeah. Celebration per se is not our forte, because then it becomes exciting kind of event and no, I get what you mean. I will come back to it. So with that caveat, we do have from Mother's birthday to Auroville Day, from 21 to 28, 8 days of, we call it Auroville Festival. So we observe that in a way. The idea is to again reach Sri Aurobindo, Mother during those times, have activities related to Mother's 12 qualities and things like that. And during Sri Aurobindo's birthday, we have something called invocation. So again, the idea is to invoke Sri Aurobindo through that time. It's not a mela, it's not a gala event like that. It's not for get what I mean? It's not a Christmas party. So, but otherwise, every day is a celebration in that sense, because we have any chosen day you can have many workshops, activities. You will have, there is never a dull day in Auroville. I don't know. No, it's never boring because there is so much to do, so much to work on. We are always spoilt on options. We need to choose, and it depends upon because it's all offering. So let's say you offer Aikido, you will offer when you are available. So and hardly anybody in Auroville does just one work. They all do multiple works in Auroville. It's very usual. So if you are working somewhere and you are passionate about Aikido, you say, okay, I will offer this in the mornings. So then Aikido is morning. So that's how everything in Auroville is offered like that. Like we are doing this session because I do other work, and in between I am here, she manages something else. So like it all works in Auroville like that. Mother said no religion in Auroville. So we wish to come to Auroville when we are gone above those aspects. If you are still stuck in the world of ritualistic habits, conditioning, behavior, rituals, then perhaps Auroville is not for you. Because it's very easy to then have this kind of like boundaries and say that this is what it is. So the idea of Auroville is all encompassing, right? As soon as you bring one religion, then it comes with certain practices, and then it's we have done this in the world, right? You can read Aurobindo on this. We have many all religions perhaps started with a very noble idea, right? To look within, to go farther, to see how as a species we can go forward. But what happened to it? No, all of them. So that's why Matrimandir, there are no rituals inside. It's only concentration. There's no chanting, no puja, no namaz. No, it's just a hall. That's it. There's a light, and what else can be more beautiful than light? A stream of light. We have a limited entry. I think 40 per session. So we have about 80 entries. So you have to book. You can't pre-book. You can't book on behalf of somebody. So these are the things which. Perhaps this is an indication that you have to come again. We have a tie-up with airlines. They give us 20% when you book every time to come to India. No, just kidding. So, I had the same thing. Before coming to Auroville, before shifting to Auroville, I never visited chamber, because every time I came, it was all booked, or it had, I was coming for a short time. And so I visited the inner chamber after I became an Aurovillian, actually, not before. It doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't matter exactly. Absolutely. About 2,500, 4,000, 2,480 or something like that. Approximately 2,500 residents. So that number, 3,300, comes with the children. So the adults are 2,500, no? Something like that. Very good question. We are ourselves pondering that. There are many reasons we can count why it didn't happen. But the dream is beautiful enough that we should have a very long queue here, correct? But the practical aspects, maybe the cost of living here for some, maybe the idea is a little bit too radical for some. Like I know many Indian friends, or even people, just to bring their children and put in. Having family here, which means there are no schools, which is integral education, which is free progress, which mother said. Either you understand the entire idea and you come and consecrate yourself to the idea, and you come here, which means not just me, I'm bringing my family in also. But then if I'm worried about my children's certification, education, job, prospects, and you get what I mean? If I'm still stuck there, then obviously it makes sense that I go take my child to a city where these things can be done. No other project of this ideal and scale that has survived for this long, moreover without a leader. That's something which we have to give credit for, in a way that there's no guru, it's not an ashram, it's not somebody managing it, it's not, So going through anarchy and then surviving it, in itself I see as a big plus. Perhaps it's a good time now that we have had a very strong grounding, and we can see in the last 10-15 years there is a lot of curiosity about the idea of Auroville. People, there is something in the society that is making them come here because the world, the way it is not sufficient. Otherwise, it's a cuckoo island, correct? Why would you come here? There is something that Auroville's idea offers to the world. Perhaps what we need to realize is that it should be both way. I think Auroville should also make an effort to take the idea outside. And then when there is a right kind of energies which are seeking such ideas, if there is a nice synthesis of these two energies, perhaps we can have some sort of a, I don't know, revolution start like this. No, why not? So because we Sri Aurobindo and Mother, there is not one facet. Spirituality is again not common. There are so many, like routes, paths, not new. What the material aspect of social projects, nothing new. There are so many social projects, ecological projects, so many of them, cultural projects, so many of them. So what's unique about it is the integrated aspect of having all facets together, material and spiritual, cultural, social, educational, economical, all this put together. If we can transform as a spectrum, not just silos, that's what is not working. No, we look at problem, we solve it in a silo, in a small focused manner, but then there are other things which are not solved. That's why all the development agencies in Africa could not improve the life quality of Africans for 50 years, no less, right? Even after all the material achievements of the West, of Europe, the happiness index does not show that they are really happy also. So if material progress is not enough, you are still insecure. Look at Europeans right now. If all the aid and social project is not enough, look at Africa, right? If just political unison and just doing everything is also not enough, look at China, correct? So what is the solution? So that's where Sri Aurobindo and Mother come in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.